Hello guys, we are back with a whole new topic, and for those that liked our previous video, we thank you so much for liking our previous video, and for those that subscribe, big up to you guys. And we are back with a whole new topic. From our previous video, we're talking about patience, and today we are talking about sex and love. So basically love and sex, whichever way you want to put it. And the previous video, as we talked about patience, we were having a discussion with my wife, and then we just started talking about love and sex, and we came to a whole new discussion with some very important points, and these are the points that I would like to share with you guys today. So we came to a conclusion that love and sex does not guarantee a successful relationship. And when I was talking to my wife, I realized that I found out that love cannot keep a relationship and sex cannot keep a relationship. So I'm gonna elaborate on this, and if you think you have something to add onto this discussion, like I said, you can always go down to a comment section and comment. So
and let us know if it's right. Like yes, love and sex, it doesn't guarantee that relationship will last. So you tell us below, and tell us yes or no, and give us a little bit of your argument, so we know that maybe we are standing on the same side, or so yeah.
Yeah, so basically we would appreciate for everybody that is watching to contribute, because what we are talking today is based on our own opinion, and we like to know others' opinion. So first and foremost, I realized that love cannot guarantee a successful relationship. Why I think so is because you know that everybody love anyone that they meet, right? Let's say I fell in love with you, but then when I love you, it doesn't mean that I will never have misunderstandings with you, right?
Yeah.
So I can give you an example of, let's say for example, I love a plane, I love a plane, but of course it doesn't mean that I can fly a plane. So this is the same thing with the relationship. When you love a partner, it doesn't mean that you'll be able. Let's say let's assume your relationship is a plane. It doesn't mean if you love your partner, you can fly your relationship. You understand? You can always, the love brings you together, but there are many other things that play a big part in keeping your relationship. You understand? And this applies to sex. Sex, you can have a very good sex with someone, but it doesn't mean that you're always going to stay together. It doesn't mean that your relationship is guaranteed because you're having a good sex. Why do I say like that? Is because sex and love, all these are emotions.
These so they're temporary, they can change.
Yes.
With certain time, as the day go by, things change. You start seeing that person every day. It's the same person. You're always there with her. I mean, you share everything and all that. You be like, oh, I'm tired. I just need go away. So like love doesn't it, I mean, it's there, it's a feeling, it changes. That's why people can get sad, they can get upset, and then after a few minutes or moments it's gone. So it's the same way. Even sex, you have sex for some minutes, oh baby, I love you, that was so wonderful, it's amazing, and the next day you forget about that, you're into something else, right?
Yes.
So yeah, it doesn't, love and sex doesn't say that 100% that two people are going to stay together.
Yes.
Right? It doesn't say anything about that. A word says that, two people are going to stay together. I don't want to get into it. Maybe you continue and say, what exactly helps two people, to stay together.
Yes. Before I reach to that point of saying the things that can keep partners together, I wanted to make the viewers understand that how sex and love does not guarantee that their relationship will stay forever, right? So I was mentioning about love and sex being emotions, and emotions are things that your emotions fluctuate, so if you are depending on love to determine how long you're going to stay with your partner, then you're lying to yourself. Or if you're determining how good the sex is, then you're lying to yourself, because sex cannot you can't have sex for the whole day, right? After sex you face other realities. You face maybe financial problems. After sex you face some your partner's behaviors. After sex, or maybe after love, you're living together, you start facing different cultural clashes. Maybe my partner does this that I don't like, and this and that I don't like. So basically, like I said before, I love a plane, but it doesn't mean that I am a pilot. It doesn't mean that I'll be able to fly the plane. The people that fly a plane are people that have information, they have knowledge. You understand? They have the knowledge to fly a plane. And this is the same thing that applies to relationship. We need to have three things to be able to have a very stable relationship. So firstly is it's knowledge. You understand? Knowledge is I would define knowledge as the information, the different informations that you get. Secondly, it's understanding. You understand? You need to be able to live with a person from a different background, or someone that you met a few months ago, a few years ago, as a stranger. You need to have understanding, and then the third one, it's wisdom. Wisdom. So if you realize from the different points that I put, or factors that I mentioned that determine a stable relationship, you find out I did mention love, I didn't mention sex. Because these are just like ingredients that make up the whole, ingredient, just supplements.
They cook up everything.
Yeah, they cook up everything. So I will come back to the first point and elaborate. Knowledge, how do you get knowledge? Knowledge it depends if you are a Christian or if you are a non-believer. As we Christians, we have everything in the Bible. We have all the information on how to handle a family in the Bible. So when you can go to your Bible and you can read through your Bible, try to understand and try to see what God, our Creator, how God, our Creator, wants us to handle our family. You understand? And if you are a non-believer, of course, there are people with a lot of experience that have done research in marriage and relationship, that have written books with a lot of information. So as partners, try to feed yourself with a lot of information on how to be better, how to handle a relationship, how, when you read these things, you learn new things. You understand? Try to also consult those who have already made it in a relationship. Ask them for the ideas, ask them for how they did it and how they reached that far into the relationship. Exactly.
So there's some books too that helps with the relationship. Let's say those are examples books. Let's say YouTube videos, but not every books are going to be the right one.
Exactly.
So that means you have to be wise actually choosing the right book, the right, let's say, a right video on YouTube, a right something, a right, if it's a counselor, try to find someone that knows you, or maybe your background or something, that will help you, not just anything, because these days it's just a lot of information. And some of the informations are not right. So that means you need really to check and find the right information. In order to have that understanding, that knowledge, right?
So like, if you look at my relationship with my wife, we were in a distance for 4 years, and I have a book. Actually, I will request you to go to the library and pick a book, so I can be a teacher by example, right? So I won't be saying things that I don't do. So I have this book. If you see, it's written on long distance relationship. So why I have this book is because I wanted to gain a lot of knowledge. I was in a long distance relationship and I didn't know how to go about it. Though I loved my partner, I was facing a reality. I was facing every day she's not around me. I was facing every day I couldn't feel her physically to tell her, someone that is physically present, in front of you. So what I did, I gained a lot of knowledge by reading a book from people who experienced it, from people who have been in a long distance relationship and how they went about it. So that's one example, knowledge. Try to feed yourself with right information that will make you better, Yeah, and this brings us back to the point of the pilot. They are able to fly a plane because they studied to be what they are right now. So try to study to be a good partner in a relationship. You understand?
Correct.
You get a driving license because you studied through and you qualify to have a driving license so you can drive a car. So why don't you study as much as possible so you can feed yourself and have enough knowledge so you can qualify to be a good partner in a relationship. So this is knowledge. The second point was understanding. How your understanding comes with knowledge. The more you have information on how to be better, the more you learn how to handle certain issues and try to be more understanding. Understand? And understanding goes with is broad. It's very broad. So I wouldn't go in depth into that because many of you know what understanding is. Understanding goes with patience, it goes with tolerating a partner's behavior and many other stuff to mention. So the last point was wisdom. Wisdom is a very tricky, many people confuse wisdom with having knowledge or being intelligent. So wisdom is basically applying the things and the knowledge, the ideas that you have, applying them, putting them into action.
Is it applying both of them, like understanding and knowledge together in order to be like a wisdom? Let's say for you to have the wisdom, right? You need to have the understanding, first of all, understanding of the word and the word in you. That makes the knowledge, that makes the whole package.
No, not really, though to some point you're right. You could be right. Like wisdom is applying both knowledge and understanding, but wisdom is mostly applying knowledge. Knowledge. Why do I say that? There are many people that are very educated. I have friends that I went with to school. We went to the class and we learned about how racism is very dangerous. But they know. I'll give you. Let's not go very far. Let me give you an example of maybe some famous people like President Trump. He's a very well educated man, but he's still like a little bit racist. And the same applies to some friends. You have information, but you choose not to apply it. Understand? But being wise means that you have information, you read a lot of stuff, that information and good things, and then you put them into action. Then that's wisdom. That's wisdom. That's being wise. To use what you know that are good and put them into action. But it's very dangerous if you have a lot of knowledge, but then you don't put it into action. That means that you are not wise. Understand? There are also people that know the right things, but they choose not to do it. Like I'll give you, my teacher in school told us that smoking is really bad. But that same teacher, as soon as we take a break, you find the same teacher outside smoking. Understand? So he's not wise because he knows the dangers of smoking, but he still chose not to
do the right thing.
So as a partner in a relationship, you know that beating my wife is not good, or fighting my wife in front of the kids is not good, but then you choose to fight her, yet you know that it's going to affect your children. Right? That's not being wise. You know that God asks us to love, and respect our wives, as a man, and God has asked women to submit to their husbands. But with all that information, you choose not to do it. Understand? So this is now what I mean by being wise and not being wise. When you're wise, you apply the knowledge that you have. Okay, and I want to give you guys a reminder that, remember, everybody that are divorced today, every partners that they broke up, they once loved each other. They once had the good. They once had the good sex. But what went wrong? They were missing these three elements, which is knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. So this is everything that was said here is basically our opinion, and we would welcome you guys to go to our comment section and say what you think.
That's in your mind. But yeah, I'm like, as you were talking, I was thinking, I'm like, if somebody has a knowledge, but he's this person that doesn't understand things. I mean, of course, you read book, right? You read book, they say da 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 da. Do not do this, otherwise you're going in jail, right? Yes, of course, the information is in your head. Now, when you're facing some reality, right? Because you read it, now you're facing a reality, and boom, it just feels like you don't know what to do. Like it's all messed up. Like, do you understand what I mean? It's really. Like, okay, you have the information, you have that knowledge, right? You have that knowledge, but you fail to understand. Won't that break the whole thing? Like, let's say we fight. Fighting is not right. I know fight is not right. Okay, like it's not good for our relationship. Yes, we're fighting in front of children, let's say, and it's not good for both of us. All right, and I know that it's not right together. So I don't know how to explain, but let's say you say for a marriage to stand, it has to be understanding and the knowledge and what was that
wisdom.
The wisdom. Okay, if you fail to apply one, does it break the whole thing? I mean, the relationship.
I mean, these things, if you follow like the points I was making, you realize that these three elements have a correlation. Okay. They are related.
Yeah.
So you have information. You understand? And in this information, when you have the information, then you'll be a more understanding person. When you're a more understanding person, you have the information, you have now to put it into action. That means now you're a wise man. You're a wise man because everything that you know it. Everything that you learned that are good, now you're putting them into action. You understand? Then you're being a wise man. And if I give you an example from the Bible, in the books of in the book of Colossians, I think in the book of Colossians, chapter 1, verse 9, Paul insisted on us having knowledge and wisdom. As he was praying to God, he asked God to give us knowledge and wisdom. Another example is King Solomon. God asked him, "What do you want me to give you?" He asked God, "Please, I don't want much." He would have asked for many wealth, but he said, "I don't want much. I want wisdom." Because if he has wisdom, he will able to solve a lot of problems. He will able to be more understanding, and he's applying the knowledge that he has. Understand? And he can make wealth through wisdom. Everything comes into the right place when you have wisdom. Exactly.
Yes.
So this was our message for today, and thank you so much for following. And don't forget to comment and subscribe. Thank you so much. We wish you a blessed week ahead, and love you guys so much. Thank you for keeping up with us.
And choose not to divorce. Try to learn every day in order to keep what you have. So let me we've closed everything, but I just want to say that choose not to break up. Choose to fight for it. Choose to learn more. Choose, try to find out the solution. Don't try to, because if you try to exit, when you go there, you won't find something different. It's all going to be the same thing. So it's better you choose to, learn, try to understand, and then get that wisdom. Understand, when you get that wisdom, you'll be able to apply it rightly. I mean, you'll be able to do the right thing that you're supposed to do.
Exactly. So, and remember, if you don't understand what partner, you're not wise with one of the partners, you are not patient and stuff. Remember, you are going to be the same person even if you go to the next relationship. You're always going to meet a different person and different person. And love is not a decider. Love is always something that brings you together. But what keeps you together is these elements: being wise, trying to learn more. If you can go out and study and pay a lot of money to get a driving license, Why can't you spend your time to read books that will help you be a better partner? Read your religious books. Try to consult elders and those that have made it already.
And also pray.
And also pray. Exactly.
Read your Bible, because there's a lot of examples and good message in the Bible that really tells us, you know what, it tells us the right thing to do. Though sometimes it's not clear, but as more you read something, let me say, when you buy a book, you read it for the first time, you receive the message, right? But when you read it the second time, you even understand it better. Understand? Because sometimes when you read a book, you may find you in a situation, maybe you are crossing something in your life. So when you're reading, you're accumulating, you're getting the right answer, the right information. That's why the Bible, it's always different. You can read the same verse every day and get a different, result from it. So it's very, very important. And everything starts from in your head. Everything starts here. You decide. Everything starts here. When you enter into a relationship, you're like, you know what, this person is right for me, and the person, you know exactly, there's some things that you said to each other and it makes you feel that, this is the right partner, this is the right person. Put in your head that I don't have right to divorce. I don't have right as a Christian. It's Red Cross. I can't divorce. Then when you put that in your head, then it will push you to read books. It will push you to find information exactly that will make that will help you. That will help you to keep what you have. Exactly. So always try to keep what you have. Then when you try to do that, you'll be getting informations, and you apply it in your life, and then everything works.
So that's it. Thank you so much for your contribution. We'll be waiting for all your contributions, and maybe you want to add up something, or compliment or supplement on what we've already said. We'll appreciate. So thank you for spending this time with us, and hopefully we've been of a great help, and hopefully we taught you something. And have a blessed week ahead. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.